Ladies and gentlemen, I am your Destiny Dad and welcome back to another weekly reset video. This one might try and be a little speedy. I am off work today and likely for maybe the next week or so, kind of depending on how things shake out. But you might be able to tell by my voice, I don't feel very good. The last couple of days have not been fun. And it seems like today is shaping up to also not be a very fun day. But I missed Friday. I actually recorded a video to post on Saturday, and then just everything hit the fan, and I haven't been able to fix that one. So I apologize, but I don't want to miss any more than is absolutely necessary. I guess Friday wasn't necessarily necessary. However, I missed it and I can't unmiss it, I suppose. So here we are. But let's get into it. Let's check and see what Banshee has for us this week. So to start us off, we do have the Nox Perennial 5. On this bad boy, we have Fragile Focus, which is pretty slept on in my opinion, but it is paired with Wellspring, which is decent in PvE, but not really utilized much in PvP. For our batteries, we have Enhanced and Ionized, and for our barrels, we have Hammerforged and Small Bore, and lastly, a Handling Masterwork. Again, this is one of those ones where it's kind of like, if you just really need a top slot fusion for PvP, this will be okay. Wellspring is kind of dead. The handling's decent. You could have a better mag. Fragile's good, and the range boost is good. You could also do that to lose a little range, but gain a decent amount of stability too. But overall, I would say comfortably skip this one. Next, we have the Enigma, as per usual. This time with Threat Detector and Kill Clip. Is an interesting role, but I believe, yes, the Kill Clip only procs on reload. Excuse me, I am tired and a yawn escaped. Kill Clip only procs on reload, and obviously you cannot reload a melee. You do have Extended Mag and Light Mag, both of which are good options. And for me, glaives, I kind of want their halved, this first column here. I like ones that boost my range personally. I like glaives to have a decent amount of range and then just a decent amount of handling. That's what I care for. I think at this state in the game, we kind of don't want to reload a glaive 90% of the time. So we're looking at glaives with like replenishing Aegis and overflow, envious, and things like that. So I think most of us are not wanting to reload them. But if you do have one that's just strong, maybe it has double damage perks, or maybe it has like incandescent and chain reaction or some, weird combination like that. At that point, I would say maybe go for range and reload over range and handling. But anyways, this overall, I guess, is not a terrible role. I think that there are better roles on this, and I think that there are better roles on other glaives. That being said, this one is craftable. So if you don't have it, or if you have not crafted it yet, I definitely recommend, because it's a good one to grab and craft. Up next, we have once again the Sail Spy Pitch Glass. This is actually an okay roll of this, I believe. I don't think it gets too much better than that for this one. Let me check in with Dim real quick. I should have had this pulled up already. Sail Spy, Pitch Glass, and okay, so you can get Clown Cartridge in the left column. But Frenzy is one of the better damage perks that this gun can get. Accelerated is fantastic, and Fluted is pretty decent. All that being said, this is another craftable weapon that you might want to take a look at. It's a pretty decent arc linear. I'm trying to think of the arc linears that we have in game. For some reason, my brain always blanks on specifically arc linears. Like I can rattle off void and solar and strand and stasis ones, but for some reason arc just skips my mind all the time. It is craftable, however, if I did not already say that. Again, long few days, long day today already, and it's 2:23 p.m. If you don't have it crafted, go ahead and pick up a few and craft it, or just rock this roll if you just want something for the meantime. Next up, we have the 7th Seraph Saw. We have auto-loading and opening shot, alloy mag, ricochet, arrowhead, and extended. If this just had like an alternate perk to swap off of here, like if this had like Rampage or something, this would be the perfect like PvE PvP double god roll. Because for PvE, this and this are fantastic, but then you get here and then it kind of sucks for PvP, or PvE rather. You come here and here, fantastic, here, fantastic, all for PvP, but this is kind of you're not really going to make use of it, but also I don't think there's too many better options there for PvP. So if you could have just a right column swap off of opening shot to make this thing like easy, you could very easily have a dual roll in one for PvE and PvP. And that for me is probably a skip though personally, but if you need an okay LMG in PvP, I would definitely go with extended and ricochet and opening shot to ensure you nab that first shot in a fight. Next we have the Huscow, once again one of my favorite rocket launchers in this whole entire stupid game, and once again with a pretty mid roll. This thing doesn't really come with non-mid rolls, sadly. The best it can get for anyone who hasn't had their memory jogged recently for PvE is probably field prep and cluster. Maybe demo. Maybe you could do something like demo and tracking, or demo and field prep, but it gets no damage increase perks. This thing came from the time when cluster bombs were a damage increase perk. Last but not least, we do have the Hollow Denial, one of the best trace rifles in the game. This thing is fantastic. If you don't have one, please go and grab one. It is craftable. This roll comes with Wellspring and Well-Rounded. It is a very well gun. We got tack bat, and we've got poly rounds and corkscrew. Once again, I think the craftable weapons maybe just don't drop with a masterwork, or just don't show it here. I'm not sure which that is, but either way, I would probably skip on this roll, but buy a few copies to use your resonance on if you have not done so already. Now, with all of that being said, let's go see what Miss Ada has for us this week. Alrighty, here at 801, I did take a sneak peek, and she has some very, very good shaders this week. So this is Burgusian Knight. This was a raid exclusive shader back in season 5, season 6, somewhere around there. This is from the Scourge of the Past, I believe it was called. God, it's been too long. But the only way you could get this was by getting curated weapon drops from the raid. Curated weapon drops were super, super rare, and they dropped as like the API roll. But you would get that weapon, and once you got it, most of those weapons were really strong at the time with their curated rolls, come pre-masterworked and all of that. And if you got it, it would have this shader on it. And then once you dismantled it, you had a chance of getting this shader to drop. So it was kind of hard to get, and when you did get it, it was not something that you wanted to get because it meant you had to dismantle your gun. So either you had to farm and get another roll, or you just got lucky and got extra copies of it. But either way, it's a nice looking shader. It doesn't look good on everything. There's some shaders that just look great on everything you put it on. I don't think that this is one of them, but if you like purple, this is definitely a shader worth getting. And up next we have Kairos Black. This came from, oh god, where's the lighthouse? Is it Mercury? Mercury, I believe. In the season 2, actually. I don't believe this was a hard one to get, but it was more annoying and grindy. I want to say this came from doing the expansion challenges, and like essentially before we had titles, it would have been doing all like the title challenges kind of stuff. And you got this from doing those, if I'm not mistaken. And this was hard to get, but it looks really, really nice if you like this kind of camo, but with a little bit of Vex flare on it vibe. Then I definitely recommend grabbing that one too. Lastly, for our shaders, we have New Monarchy Diamonds. I am not a fan of the New Monarchy colors, but if you are a fan of red and gold, then you go right ahead. For our armor this week, we have the Icarus Drifter set for the Hunter, with our arms having a base of 52 with a resilience and strength spike. Our chest having a base 54 with Recov and Discipline spike, nothing on our class item. A 53 base helmet with a spike in strength, and a 51 base intellect spike legs. Now for our other classes here, let's pop right on over to our handy dandy dim, and let's check out what we've got for our Titan. For our Titan, we have the Terra Concord set, it looks like. And we've got a base arms of 53 with 20 mobility and 16 strength. Got a base arms of, base chest of 51 with 14 resilience and 12 discipline and 10 intellect. For our helmet, we got a base of 56, 26 recov, 18 strength. That is a good helmet, definitely worth picking up. And on our legs, we got 55 without like real spikes. We got a little spike in strength, I suppose, but everything's pretty flattened out for the most part over there. For our Warlock, we have the, is this the Tesseract? Yeah, Tesseract Trace 4 armor set. On our arms, we have a base of 52. We do have 16 recov, 12 discipline, and 13 strength. Maybe a decent ability spam build could be made from that. That might just be the piece that needs to slot in to help. For our chest, we have a base of 54. We do have 20 resilience, however. For our helmet, we have a base of 56. We have 16 resilience and 12 intellect. Lastly, for our legs, we do have a base of 60. We got 13 resilience, 15 recov, and 26 intellect. Now, with all of that, I believe that we just might... Oopsie. Well, I think we just might be done here. Might be all that we have to cover this week. I could be wrong. Did I do everything? I did Banshee and 8. I don't think there's any events going on. I don't think we have Iron Banner. I feel like I'm missing something though. I will check the Eververse store real quick since I went pretty zippy. Don't forget, check out your free Bright Dust. I already picked mine up, and if you were like me and you were on before reset, close your game, reopen it, relog back in. It appears in the shop for free 700 Bright Dust as you log in. So if you're already on and reset happens, doesn't come at reset, comes on log in. We have a couple shaders. We got Amethyst Veil, a very muted black and gray with some purple detailing. We got Mod Charisse, lots of pink, a little bit of black. We have the Pyramid Entrance Transmat effect. We've got this, which is one that I have personally been waiting for. I love Omnioculus, but it's so ugly. All of the ornaments for it are just bad. We've got Crabcore, S tier emote in my opinion. And then we have a new ornament for Sunshot called Break Shot. I don't know if any of you are Apex Legends players, but there was a anniversary skin for the Kraber that has very much the same vibe. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. We got the M3D1 Angelos. It's actually a nice looking Sparrow. I actually kind of like that. Ooh, I like the trail too. I like that a lot actually. We got the Refit Kite. The contraption type beat right there for you guys. We got the Pragmet Shell. It's neat. And then we have the Brilliant Idea legendary emote. And we have the Potent Mixture Exotic emote. This is one that blows up, I believe. Yep. Then we have Ultra Clean for our shaders. Ooh, that is actually really nicer than armor set. Got Argent Territory. We've got Butterbark. I have used this in the past, actually. And then lastly, we have Circadian Chill, which is another nice shader if you like blue and white. But I think with all of that, that's about all we have to say. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to say thank you to everyone who watched this far. If you enjoyed the video, if you found anything useful, or if you just want to support, drop a like before you go. And if you're new around here, or if you maybe just keep coming back, or if you just like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe as well. It really goes a long way to help the channel, and I appreciate it a ton. As always, thank you all for watching. Maybe I'll actually be able to pump out a little extra content this week, because I am off work for a little bit. So maybe this is the week that I'll stop saying, oh, I have a video I want to make, and actually make it. We'll see. The video that I recorded, I do really want to get out before this is over, so maybe I'll just sit down and take a few minutes every day and edit. I don't know. I keep saying that. I promise I'm not just goofing off and not doing it. I'm a perfectionist, and if I don't exclusively fully love something, I have a hard time putting it out. So I'm also autistic, which I have mentioned, and it's one of those things where it's not laziness, it's just autism. So I'm trying to get myself to do it. For some reason, I have a mental block about it. And yeah, so there is a video basically made. I just need to edit it down, cut it a little bit. It will be a long one, probably like an hour, but it's going over like basics for new players, help for returning players, the mentality of Destiny as a whole, how to sort your vault, how to organize, how to, use third-party app, like stuff like that. Which I'm sure a decent amount of my community so far is either veteran players or people who've been playing long enough that they don't necessarily need that. But the whole point of this channel is to teach and provide information. And like I've said in the past, I watch people that make content like I do. I watch Astacross, I watch Houndish, I watch Cactus, I watch all those guys. Even though most of the time what they're saying is super elementary level Destiny stuff, I can always have the possibility to learn something. Maybe they've just seen something and I haven't, and they talk about it and I go, oh, no way, okay, I see. And then I have gained some knowledge. So it doesn't hurt to listen or watch or read information about anything ever, even if you think you might already know it. But I will stop rambling now. I already yapped more than I wanted to at the end here. I apologize. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more from me, and I will catch you, Guardians, next time I post. I love you all, and I hope you enjoy this week.